What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Barely got a time for a breather, but we're here live back at Crandon International Raceway for the Pro 2 lights. Just the trim Pro 2 lights. Wow, that was a heck of a street stock race we watched here, and now we're about to watch the Pro 2 lights. The championship race battle is not as close here as it was there. Go ahead and pull that up as we have Cam. Cam showed up, so basically he's going to start. He's clinched this championship. Gary Greene basically clinching second place. So our closest battle is going to be between Nick and Taylor for that third spot. Basically, what has to happen is Taylor has to win it, and Nick has to finish last. We'll see how that one goes. And Connor, nipping on the heels of fourth, could take that from Nick very easily. Only an 8-point difference, which means 4 positions and some qualifying spots, and he could easily take that spot away from him. So yeah, qualifying does play a role here as far as where they do start, or how close they are in points, because points do add up in these qualifying. So we'll see where they end up here tonight. Let's go ahead and, speaking of qualifying, pull up some drivers here as we'll jump on with our championship leader, Cam, and that number 48 putting down his time, as he was about half a second quicker in practice than the rest of the field. So he should probably pretty easily get a pole position here tonight. Excuse me, as we're about to find out here as he's out on the track taking his qualifying times. Also got Nick, Gary, David, Nathan, Anthony, Lance, and Taylor, and Oliver. Oliver, our street stock champion and race winner, all out on the track. But these Pro 2 lights are definitely different. And Cam, he's a whole nother animal in these things. Almost been untouchable. We're going to see how he finishes that out here today. As I don't see Connor. Big surprise here. Connor not on the qualifying grid. As Connor's had some good races this season. Yeah, I see that. I was surprised that Connor wasn't here. So basically 5th place is going to be up for grabs, as Anthony says. So we'll see how that ends. As right now, as expected, we have Cam on the pole. Let's go ahead and change that so it shows each of their times, their best times. Wow, a little more, more than a half a second between Gary Greene and Cam on those times. So and then another half a second back to Nick. So this field is definitely spread out. But hey, qualifying and racing are 2 different things. Cam setting up to go do that lap. See if he can put a fast time down here. You know, I never thought about that. I ran these with these guys last night. I wasn't even as fast as Lance here. I was doing a 1:29. Tells you how bad I was. But I was running with these guys. I never even thought of stopping there, because then that last turn is terrible to try and master and have enough speed going over the jump, coming to the green flag. So that probably would have helped me by a couple seconds. Let's go ahead and look at Gary, see what kind of laps he's running, as he's got quite a bit of time to catch up. Like he says, he's going for broke, as the front of that truck says. So even though the points championship is locked down, man, we still have a race here tonight. Who do you guys think are going to win? As Taylor jumps up on the board with a 123.38. And Gary Greene bringing it within a half a second of Cam. Now this is one of our favorite kind of starts here. It will be a land rush start. So that's always fun as they start from a standing start and run through the grass, slip and slide. Anything can happen. You can have a great one or a terrible one. You can make or break your race. And then we'll have a halfway break at 5 laps complete. And these guys will restack them and run them again. Anthony up the board with a 123.12 up to third place in that 217. Let's go ahead and look at our series sponsor, the one that's made this broadcast and this series possible, and that Just a Trim lawn service, number 89, fourth fastest here tonight. Is it looks like they're going to have a good battle there, from third on back. As Tyler Vanden Bush trying to put down a fast lap. Can he best it? Can he get up to the top of the board? About to find out. Got one more turn to cross the start-finish line. One very difficult right-hander as he sends it in. Got to nail it perfect. Don't hit that inside wall like I did so many times. Comes across the start-finish line. Does not better that lap time. So far, sitting fourth on the board. Anthony out there doing another lap. Oh, Anthony just wants a photo opportunity. Oliver in that Gravedigger, number 70, trying to put down a fast lap. Currently sixth fastest. Can he better it? Ooh, catches a little bit of grass there. Then the wall almost flips it over. Time to reset. Oliver not with a good lap there. These guys get 4 laps in 10 minutes. Sometimes they'll throw away a lap and then reset, but that's what Oliver's going to have to do if he had any more laps left after catching that wall. As I don't know if you guys saw that, but when Zach came down, he actually dented his right door. He came down so hard. And the Just Send It, 461. Can he put down a faster time here? Move himself up from 7th. As he's coming around the last turn to cross the start-finish line. Don't catch that inside wall. Pushes it straight up across the start-finish line, and he's going to stay in 7th. Does not improve his lap time there. But he's got another one, it looks like, as he's out there. What in tarnations? Got the Pro 2 lights off-road. What's up, Katie? How are you? Yeah, that's what it's looking like. How's it going, beautiful? Well, I'm not nearly as beautiful as you are, Katie. That's why I don't show my face on the stream. Okay. Should be a good one here tonight. Well, we gotta get some trucks over on your channel. What's up, Uncle Kenny? What's up, Uncle Kenny? Just so everybody knows, when you chat over here, it will show on the other streams. So when you're on Facebook, if you chat on Facebook, it will show up on YouTube, Discord, I know Katie's favorite place, and Twitch. So here's tonight's starting grid. Got Cam starting on the pole with a 122.370. And then number 48 clinching the championship here tonight. Gary Greene in the 920 starting second. Anthony in the 217 starting third. Taylor in the 89 starting fourth. Nick in the 145 starting fifth. Oliver in the 70 starting sixth. Zach in the 461 starting seventh. Nathan in the 19 starting eighth. David in the 31 starting ninth. And Lance rounding out the field in Flip Patrol starting 10th. Yeah, Katie does not like Discord. But for me, it works pretty well. I mean, there's some things. It's not nearly as it's not nearly as good as TeamSpeak for quality, but it's definitely not bad. Let's see. Let's hide this for the start. So these guys are lining up for tonight's start as they're going to race across the grass down into the first turn. These guys are pretty good at this. These guys are definitely pretty good at this. Yeah, see, everybody could see it because I'm sure they've seen it over there on Facebook. Actually, that's a good opportunity to look and see. I see as they're about to go green flag racing here. Lined up all the way across. Take the chopper view as we follow these guys through the grass. Waiting for the green flag. Green flag is out as they spin the tires. Man, I would not want to be in the grass there. Look at them spinning the tires, trying to find that dirt, chase to the track as they're all beating and banging. Coming into the first turn. Oh, can they keep it straight as Cam gets the whole shot? Four wide back for sixth as they're side by side. Anthony on the top side. As my messages are going absolutely nuts here, as you guys can hear. Nobody pulling. Cam really isn't pulling away. Gary Greene. Oh! Taylor sends it into the turn here. And Anthony up underneath him as the 461 of Zach tries to climb the hill. As they take that first jump, that hard right-hander. Man, I hate this turn so bad. As they come across the start-finish line. Let's go ahead and pull up the ticker because, you know, that's what I'm supposed to do. Somehow, everybody made it through there, through the chaos, as Gary Greene is somehow staying on the heels of Cam. Now Cam's only got a half a second lead as Gary Greene is somehow stayed on his heels. Meanwhile, we got a whole mess back here as we got Taylor, Nathan. Oh, man, these guys are all getting together. Three wide back here as they're trying to get every position they can to get their point spots up. Anthony trying to work the outside. Is he going to have the spot as Nathan is falling like a rock? Our closest battle is going to be. Sorry, guys. I forgot that I had the Chromecast on, so I just turned that down on my daughter instead of my son on that. So I wasn't sure if the Discord showed up over on Facebook, but it's supposed to. I'll check it later. As these guys are battling it out, we got Nick and Taylor working each other for that third and final podium spot. Gary Greene still up here, only 0.8 of a second behind Cam. Cam is not driving away like he normally does. 9 laps to go. Back here in the pack, we got Oliver up to the 5th spot with Anthony working on his heels. These guys were racing hard in the last one, but that was for 1st and 2nd, not 5th and 6th. Anthony's going to try and grab every position he can here. Down into the sharp hairpin. Oh, Anthony over-rotates a little bit. That's going to cost him. He's going to have to fall back in line behind Oliver as these guys are putting on one heck of a show here tonight. Nothing held. Gary still staying on Cam. Cam is pulling away, but it's not as much as expected. You know, when this track seconds out, who knows what happens here? Gary usually gets quicker. Cam might have a harder second half to this race than he normally does. And how great would that be for Gary to steal a win away from Cam, as nobody's been able to this year except when Cam has started way in the back. When he was a previous week, I think it was on the short, and he finished second last week. But that's just because he didn't have time to make it up to the field tonight. If he's able to actually beat him, as my scoring is definitely acting a little wacky. There it goes, it straightens itself out. Cam in the lead. Gary now 1.5 seconds back. Taylor digging in back there, 4.5 seconds back from the leader as Nick slams the wall. That's going to let Oliver get to his back bumper. Can Oliver do anything with the momentum Nick might have just lost? Going into the hairpin. He's going to dig in on his back bumper. Will he get to the back bumper and give him a little push? Holy cow, my phone is going absolutely off. That's why. So my phone was going nuts because everybody was talking over on Southern Grown, getting ready for this week's race. So we got that to look forward to on Sunday. As Nick is leading this pack here, Oliver in second. Oh, they're gaining on Taylor. Taylor's now leading the pack as they've gotten on the heels of him. He had pulled out a little bit. Can Nick do anything with this run he's got on Taylor? As the 48 of Cam. What is going on with Cam? Why is Cam dropping back right now? Oh, he just got bored maybe? Or did he have an issue? Let's go see what happened to Cam. Trying to figure out what happened to Cam. Oh, Cam. Did he just slow down? I'm not really sure. Maybe a little insult to these guys. Not really sure what. Oh, Cam did say he had some storms in the area. Maybe he had some connection issue and some loss of frames or something. But that was definitely a weird thing to happen with Cam there in this race. So that puts Gary Greene way out in front, about 3.5 seconds in front of Taylor. Taylor in second. Nick now in that third and final podium position as he digs in on Taylor, and there's just a mess right behind him with Oliver, Cam, and Anthony on his heels. Cam trying to work his way back up through. Gotta imagine that maybe he had some connection issues there, unless he got contact with something that we didn't see earlier on that created some damage where that truck's not handling the same way. But I expect Cam to move his way back up through the field as they come out of the final turn. 7 laps to go. Gary feeling nice up here, almost 4 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Meanwhile, Taylor's got a mirror full of trucks on his heels. Nick, Cam, Anthony, and Oliver all want that position. He's trying to run from him as he's able to gap him a little bit through this fast part of the track and down into the hairpin. Nick digs in underneath. Is he going to gain some here? He does gain some on the heels of Taylor. Cam right in the shadow of Nick. Anthony behind him. Oliver in 6th. And Nathan back here just hoping somebody makes a mistake so he can get up in this battle. Very likely to happen. These guys are running real close and real hard as Cam was looking underneath Nick. And Anthony had Oliver looking underneath them as they're side by side. Who's going to take this spot? Who's going to take the 5th spot before the break as they're beating doors around this corner? Anthony wide, but Oliver climbs the hill. That's going to give Anthony position. Gary's going to cross the line to the break. Taylor behind him. Nick, Cam, Anthony, Oliver, Nathan, Zach, Lance, and David. David's not on the track. So these guys are going to take a break here. So I don't really know if. Let's see. Talk to Gary Greene. It's Gary messaging me. What did Gary say? Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. It looks like this is going to be a quick break because nobody was a lap down, so I don't think, I don't know if I'm going to have time to interview somebody or not. Let's take a look. I think these guys are going to go green pretty quick. Where are they at on the track? I'm trying to figure out exactly where they're at right now. Oh, we're gonna go green now. So back to green flag racing. No time for an interview, as that was a quick break as Oliver catches the wall. That gets him all out of shape. Nathan's gonna have him up. Gonna dig up underneath him. As Gary Greene's got the lead, can Cam dig back in? Can Cam get back in 5 laps, back up to the lead? Or did Cam have an issue that put him back too far to overcome? As Cam slides up into Nick, pushes Nick out. He's going to try and force. Oh, Cam catches the wall. Cam makes one of those rare mistakes we rarely see out of him as he catches that inside wall, but he's still working on Nick. Oh, he gets knocked out of the way by Anthony. Oliver and then Anthony. Oh, Nick, oh man, they're all over the place. It looks like Nathan had an issue as these guys all get connected. Cam definitely had a little blink there as they're side by side for this 4th position. Anthony's gonna take it. He slides in front of Cam. Cam stuck in his back bumper. That hooks Anthony 3 wide. 3 wide with Oliver in his door. Now it's Oliver and Cam as Zach gets up in this battle out of nowhere. Side by side for the 4th position. Cam's got it. Oliver wants it. Looks like Cam's able to secure it back as he's got to dig back in on Nick to get the podium finished. This is going to be a gift to Gary because that's definitely going to make it harder. As Taylor's trying to work in on Gary as Gary's only got a 1-second lead. Nick is definitely looking fast, but he's 1.3 seconds behind 2nd place. Can he do anything with that? Cam trying to dig in. Let's go ahead and see if he gains on these guys at all. As man, that was a crazy race for the 4th position on that start. Oliver finally gets some breathing time as Zach has Anthony on his heels. Anthony's going to get up underneath the 461, but can't do anything with it as they go into the hard left hand. Now he's up underneath Zach, side by side, but he's going to have to fall back in line. No, not quite. He's still got his bumper there. Now Thunder up to his door. Can he make the pass complete down through this hairpin? Tight corners as Anthony digs it in on the bottom. Loses some momentum, but I think he's got it. Zach's taking advantage of the momentum on the high side. Is he going to dig back under him? He is. They're side by side. He's going to send it through the fast section of the track. Fast right-hand turn. Side by side as Anthony sideways through the hill, over the jump, round the corner, bounces wide. That allows Zach under him. Zach gets into his door. Little sideways. 4 laps to go. Gary Greene comfortably in the front as Nick's got Cam on his heels. Can Cam get around him without making a mistake as we've seen him catch the inside wall? What an intense battle. I needed to breathe for a second. Sorry, guys. The 48 of Cam digging in on the 145 and Nick through these fast sections. Cam looks so good. Gets up underneath them, around the hard left, side by side, down the straightaway. Little door thunder to the rear quarter panel. They're going to race their way down to the sharp hairpin as Cam falls back in line. Yeah, this is great racing right here. This is absolutely awesome racing as we got 3 laps to go and Cam takes the spot. Man, you got to feel like a sitting duck as Anthony is reeling in Oliver for the 5th position. Who's going to get it? Anthony's definitely looking faster here as Vanden Bush is pulling in our leader, Gary Greene. Oh, Oliver takes a funny hop. Anthony looks smoother. That's going to help him gain time. If somehow that doesn't screw Oliver all up. Oliver digging as Anthony's trying to get up underneath him. Oliver trying not to give it up. Down into my least favorite corner, the last corner of the track. They're going to cross the line. These guys got 2 more laps to get it done. Cam's going to be trying to work up on the back bumper of Taylor. And right after that will be Gary Greene. Does he have enough time? As he's definitely looking fast. Let's see what the lap times were last time by. Cam was a 138.89. So he wasn't stupid fast compared to everybody else. So he's not gaining a ton. But now he's got clear racetrack. What's that going to do for him? As we got a battle for the 5th spot. Anthony's now next to Oliver. Side by side. He's got the position in this turn. Is he going to be able to clear him? He does clear him. He does clear him. Oh, as Oliver gets him the bumper. That gets Anthony into the wall. Still side by side for 5th. Anthony's going to fall back to 6th. He's going to have to dig back in, try to get... Will he give Oliver a bumper back? Will he give Oliver the bumper back as Oliver slides out, gives him the spot, position. They're going to go down into the sharp turn. Anthony down underneath, coming out of here. Who's going to have it? Oh, Anthony can't clear him. That's going to give Oliver the spot back. Down through the tricky final turn, coming to the white flag. Oliver's going to dig in. Who's going to get it? That time by Cam was about a half a second quicker than everybody. Pulling the gap back. Is Cam still 1 second behind? Oh, almost contact there. As Anthony's all over the back bumper of Oliver. Cam's got it within 1 second. Vanden Bush is gaining on Gary just as much as Cam is. This race is going to be crazy at the end of this lap as Anthony throws the slide job. Stuffs Oliver out wide. Is that going to give it to Anthony? As we're going to go up to the lead. Coming through the last couple turns. Are these guys going to be able to catch Gary Greene? Gary Greene's been fast all night through the sharp left-hander. Fast part of the track here. Who's going to gain the most? Gary Greene out in front. Taylor in second. Cam in third. As we're going to have a close battle at the end of this one. Oh, Taylor's going to fall in the grass of Cam. Can Cam get him in the last turn as they're coming down? Over the jump. Down in the left-hand turn. Nobody makes a mistake. It's going to be Gary Greene first. Taylor second. Cam in third. Nick's going to bring it home fourth. Anthony and Oliver still battling it out. It's going to be Anthony over Oliver. Oliver sixth. Zach going to bring it home seventh. Nathan in eighth. David in ninth. Lance, he's going to bring out the 10th and final position. What a race. What a race. All right, guys. Let's see. I'm going to bring in Taylor first. I think. Let's see. I think Taylor. Yeah, Taylor's going to be third. So we're going to bring in Taylor first. Our second place driver. A little less traditional than usual, but this is a championship week, so I'm going to try and talk to these guys in order of the championship. because our top three happen to be the top three in points, just different positions. So we're gonna go ahead and bring these guys in according to their points finish. Taylor James in the booth, got a copy?
I do.
Man, another good finish here tonight. This should clinch your third place in points as you guys, well, not you, but everybody else is beating and banging out on the track right now. But good run for you here in the Street Stock and the Pro 2s. You bring home a second place finish in the race and third place in the points. Man, you got to feel good about that.
I'm pretty stoked. I'm pretty sure I got a podium finish for the DSS season points, and so I'm happy. First season out here with these guys and place on a podium for the series.
Well, we all got a special thanks to you because you made a lot of this happen anyway with the Just a Trim lawn service, and it's sponsoring this series in order for them to be able to broadcast it. So, I mean, obviously, I got to thank you. I know these guys appreciated it. And man, we've all had a ton of fun this season, and it was great watching you guys race.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a pleasure to sponsor the series, and Just a Trim will be back for next season. And word has it that there's a lot more trucks looking to race next season.
That'll be awesome. We actually had a regular, we call him Uncle Kenny, but Kenneth Blackburn on the chat tonight. He said, have these guys add 10 more laps. This racing tonight was absolutely amazing.
Unfortunately, with 10 more laps, we'll run out of gas and have to make some pit stops. But that could be interesting.
That definitely would be interesting. Anybody you want to thank for this awesome season?
Yeah, you've done a great job for us this season, James. Yeah, hats off to you. Want to thank Anthony and Nick for throwing this all together, and everyone who came out to join us, and girlfriend for watching it every week.
It's good having you, and go celebrate that podium finish with the championship and second place finish here tonight.
All right, thank you.
So Taylor, with a great finish here tonight, we're going to go ahead and bring in Gary. Gary Greene, James of the booth, got a copy.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh, I'm not doing as good as you. You got yourself a victory here tonight.
Yeah, well, we were in Discord chatting back and forth, and Cam's like, "Oh, I'll pull over, go to the back, and make it fun for the broadcast." So that's what we did, and so I was able to stay out there in front of Taylor. He was catching me in a few spots.
I might.
But overall, great race.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I didn't know if Cam had issues because I know he said he had storms in the area, but that definitely made it interesting here tonight. And man, I'm speechless here tonight. I don't even know what to say at this point. That was probably one of the best races that you guys have put on, and you get second in points, a victory here tonight. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, it definitely feels great. I was able to pull a victory earlier in the season, and now, I mean, even just goofing around, camp pulling off, just having fun. Still feels good to end up on the podium, no matter what position it is.
A win's a win.
Right. And I mean, just being on the podium in general. I mean, I've been able to do it pretty consistently this year, so it's been feeling pretty good. And I think this is probably one of the better races that we've done. I feel like this might be the first one that everybody's been on the lead lap at the halfway point.
Yeah, I was gonna pull somebody in, and I'm like, I think everybody's on the lead lap. This is gonna be quick.
yeah, it was definitely a good time. So I'm definitely looking forward to going back and watching broadcasts.
Well, I know you had a great season. We had a whole lot of fun. You were the take Anthony out of the podium killer here this season. Why don't you go ahead and tell me who you got to thank for having such a great season this year?
I'd like to thank Uncon Esports, Backtown Productions, JNR Sheds.
What's up, Levi?
I'd really like to give a thank you to my wife for letting me always come down here on these Thursday nights and help put on a show for you guys.
Yeah, it was definitely a good show, and go enjoy that victory in the second place in the points.
Yep, and thank you for having broadcast.
Yeah, it was definitely my pleasure. It was a lot of fun. So, our race winner and second in points, but let's go ahead and bring in our third place finisher and champion, Cam. James at the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, so I just got filled in on what happened there, but you basically ran a perfect race for most of the time, most of that one, and I thought the storms caught up to you there because you said you were having storms in the area, and Taylor said, "Hey, I want to make this interesting," and that's why you ended up dropping back. And man, that almost bit you. You caught the wall, and I made some of the only mistakes I've seen you make this year.
Yeah, I thought I'd drop back a little bit and race with some of the guys that I sometimes don't get to race with, and I knew I clinched the points, so that I really wasn't losing anything, in the big scheme of things. And in the same respect, I also don't want to race anyone so hard that I end up ruining somebody else's race, so.
Of course.
I wasn't really looking to affect anybody else's race. So I was just trying to, put on a good show and just get in the mix with some of these guys and have some fun for this last race of the season. And I think we put on a good show there. And like a win tonight didn't mean anything because it's the championship that matters to me. So happy to take home the championship.
Well, you definitely made things interesting, especially when you caught that inside wall a little bit. And definitely, I got a little worried there, and I'm like, oh, he saved it, and then you dug back in. But, man, those guys gave you a battle. They were fighting hard back there before you got back there to play with them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you make one little mistake, and somebody pulls away from you, I know that there's maybe some discrepancies in the practice times and qualifying times, but once you take those fast lines away from somebody that's behind you, it's really hard to be able to complete those quick laps because the guy's in your way. So you got to make something else work. You gotta pull those inside to outside, get in front of people, and that knocks time off the lap, but it'll gain your position. And sometimes those like a full second on this track really isn't that much.
Oh, I did notice that. I did notice that tonight. Like a full second, I've seen it fluctuate a lot, and it, like you said, it's one thing to catch them; it's a whole other thing to pass these guys.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, you got to take the line away from someone. You can't just kind of go around them because then they're just straight up faster than you are, no matter the skill level. Because most of these guys, they're all good drivers, I think, and they know their lines. And if you fall off the quick line, then you're probably going slower than they are, no matter how quick you are. So it's a lot to learn. It's a lot about momentum, and I'm looking forward to maybe next season. I'm looking forward to some more drivers. But regardless, this season was a blast, and I'm thankful to be here.
I had a blast watching every single one of them, and definitely, it looked like Gary had some heat for you early on, and then you started to pull away from him. But was he a little faster than you expected at the start of this race?
I never really pay attention to people with their pace because I know that as the track wears in, people can get a lot quicker. People can get more comfortable. People can, their setups can fall into place a little bit better as the track wears thin. So I never try to pay attention to that too much. I know it's a lot of based on skill level, how their setups, how their setup is set up for, how the race goes on, and I can kind of pay attention to that in my mirror and get a good idea of what's going to happen.
Yeah,
towards the end of the race at the beginning, so I have a good idea of what's going to happen. So, but like I said, today it was just kind of get out there, start the race,
fun night.
and get the championship. Yeah, that's kind of
it was probably the most comfortable night you had here, and it's too bad your teammate isn't here to celebrate it with you because he would have been fun here to watch tonight too. And that whole people better later on thing I've seen a lot tonight. And Gary and Taylor have been two of the best at it in the second halves of these races. Now, I know you got a list of people to thank for this awesome year, awesome race today. Why don't you go ahead and list out those people that have helped you make this championship possible?
Absolutely. You for putting this broadcast on MDiTV. I know Nick and Anthony and all those guys for putting AMX racing, together and allowing me to be here. Just trim lawn service. Everybody on the Jim Beaver Esports team, General Tire, Fistful of Bourbon, Winners Get Whiskey. And as we say, when you get a championship, we could say champions get whiskey. And Polaris Razor, Vision Wheel, Sand Racing Fabrication, Chris Leona's Motorsport Drop, Rigid Industries, Dirtfish, GSP XTB Axles, Gibson Performance Exhaust, Cronus, and Nord Auto Wreckers. My family business is on it's gonna be on the truck soon. I forgot to put it on the truck tonight, but I'll be on, next season if I show up again. So yeah, and everyone watching at home as well.
Well, you keep winning championships like that. That list is just going to keep growing. But man, great run tonight. A great season altogether, and go ahead and celebrate and enjoy this one.
Thank you very much.
Cam, our champion for the season of the Just the Trim Pro 2 Lights. Man, what a race! What a season! I can't wait to do it next year. Not next year, next season. I'm sure that season's going to be less than a year away. So until next time, guys, make sure you keep an eye out and follow AMX iRacing on Facebook to get the latest news on what they're doing next season. And as always, let me pull up the finishing order because I might be a little slow here tonight. And that was a lot of racing to cover here tonight. A lot of good racing. That was the best race of the season by far. With only 10 trucks, imagine what they're going to do with 20 or more if they get that many people. So Gary Greene with the victory. Taylor Vanden Bush in second. Cam finishes third. Nick in fourth. Anthony fifth. Oliver sixth. Zach in seventh. Nathan in eighth. David in ninth. And Lance brings up the field in 10th. These guys are great, guys. But we're going to go ahead and call it a night, call it a season, and we'll catch you next time. Be safe and have a good night.